Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tim down for Living with MS in Tenerife. We're here, it's Monday Meetup, and I'm at El Jable here in Callao Salvaje. The sun is shining, it's nice and warm, there's a slight breeze. We're on the corner today. Behind me you can see the mountains and tropical park, and this is Meetup Monday. Well, I hope you enjoyed that new introduction there with the sound this time. I pressed the wrong one first, but it came out in the end. I have my yellow water here, which is full of electrolytes, as they say. And today I have got guests from all over the world. Here's Christina from up the road.
Hello.
There you go.
There's my microphone.
So,
Hello.
Christina, how are you feeling?
Okay.
You were feeling down in the dumps this morning, I think, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, why's that?
Kind of. It changes.
It changes, but I managed to drag you out in the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I promised to feed you tonight, right?
Yeah.
And not drink too much.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd have forgotten that, wouldn't you?
No? That's the first one I'm counting.
We can sneak him round. We can sneak him round, don't worry. Don't worry.
Look, all the people on the table.
There's nobody here yet. You spoiled the surprise now.
Oh, well, sorry.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. So, what are you going to have for tea tonight?
Whatever you feed me.
There you go.
Potato salad and chicken.
And octopus legs.
No,
Why don't you eat octopus legs?
because they have brains, the octopuses.
The octopuses have brains.
And they can feel everything and they're scared when you kill them.
And so you don't eat octopus not because of the taste, but because because they feel, do they? And each leg has got a brain, has it?
Yeah,
Where'd you get that from?
and from my program I listen to about,
A podcast.
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And they said they have, the guys have 7 legs and 1 leg is a penis.
Are we allowed to say that?
You either eat the brain, or I would like to do that, or the other thing. Wouldn't like
So-
to eat any
So when
but-
you're eating octopus legs, you're either eating one of the brains. Now we've got 7 brains, and one of them is a penis. And so you're either eating brains or penis. There you go.
Yeah, they've got 8 legs,
Yeah,
so 7 brains.
7 brains.
and
and
The
one's
other
used as a
one.
penis, right? So
Yeah.
so you can't eat octopus anymore. Can you eat just the head? Like the rings, calamari.
Probably, yeah.
So you heard it from Christina first. She's not eating octopus legs anymore, which for me are fantastic. But I heard that the female octopus eats the male sometimes after they've, yeah. So I'll just eat the males, you know.
Yeah,
Well, actually, I'll just eat the females actually, because they're nasty pieces of work. If they, they say, "Hey, honey, come up to my place," and
yeah.
you say, "What's for tea tonight?" I'll invite you for dinner.
Just made first and then.
That's the word we're looking for. That's the word we're looking for. Got to be careful today, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't want to be struck as over 18s only. So Christina's on that side. Are we pointing? Yeah, we're pointing to that side. And we got some more guests here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin me round. I think that one and that one. And here's David and Karen. And I'm going to pass you over the microphone there. He's talking to the end of it, quite close about this far. There you go. David and Karen, welcome.
Thank you.
Oh,
Nice to be here.
We've been Hope we've been waiting for you actually because we saw you. We were tracking your taxi on the GPS, and it went all over the place. What was with that?
We have no idea where we'd be. but
Magical mystery tour.
A magical mystery tour.
He got us here anyway, eventually.
How long did it take? About 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, half an
20
hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
A little bit longer actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was quite a
about
bit of traffic.
near half
Yeah.
an hour because
Yeah.
he wasn't sure at all.
But you went straight up the hill, and then onto the motorway, and then
No.
came off.
We went.
No, he didn't.
Where did we go?
I
We didn't go
don't
up the
know.
hill. No.
I don't know where he went, but we.
Went past the chocolate factory. You know the chocolate shop.
All right, yeah.
And we went that way.
Okay, and then up to the motorway, or
Yes.
across,
No, up to the motorway.
up to the motorway.
And then came back down.
Yeah.
So we were always.
You went past Tenerife Pearl.
No.
You didn't go past Tenerife Pearl.
Didn't notice it anyway if we did.
Typically, when you come down off the motorway, there's a big roundabout at the bottom. You turn left. Then you're coming down towards the sea, and you see the Hard Rock in the distance. No.
He
No,
just kept
no,
coming,
kept going.
straight on all the time.
All right.
It came down just after a decade.
Uh huh. Okay, that's the right one. That's the right one. He'd have got off at Lidl and McDonald's, and then he'd have turned left onto the TF47. See?
Oh yeah.
TF47. The TF47.
I do remember. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And that'll go towards Los Gigantes, the old road to Los Gigantes,
Yes.
the coast road. But you can actually go now on the new road to Los Gigantes, which is a lot quicker. So
No, it was. We could see the sea all the time.
you can see the sea all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't do too bad then. He came into the Cayo Salvaje
Yes.
and then stopping at the top of the hill, was he?
Yeah. Then he said he was lost, and then I spoke to you on the
Right.
speakerphone.
Then he came straight down, did he? After that?
He did.
Okay, then he's not too bad.
I think he was talking to the office to get directions.
I don't know where I am. Of course, he's not in a Decky taxi, is he? He's in a Bona taxi. So it might be the first time he's been in this area, I don't know.
I
Possibly.
think it was. I
Yeah.
think it was because every time I kept saying it to him, and I showed it, I'd snapshot the address,
Uh-huh.
and he kind of looked at me, and then he started speaking to somebody at the office.
All right.
Unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. And
Uh-huh.
he
He was
did.
probably saying something like, got a couple of weirdos here, don't know
Yeah.
where they're going.
Yeah.
The office was saying drop them anywhere.
Drop
They're
them
fine.
anywhere,
Yeah,
that's
they're fine.
But in fairness to him, you'd give me an indication of how much it would be.
Yeah.
I kind of worked out it would be the same from the airport to Cristiano's. So
Uh-huh.
again, I'd got an idea of how much it would be, and he charged me less than what I thought he would charge me.
Cool, cool. So from Los Cristianos was about $25, was it?
22.
22, that's not too bad at
I
all.
thought that was really good.
And did you ask for a receipt beforehand?
No, too stressed by then.
Okay. Too stressed.
It was about half an hour late
Uh-huh.
because I asked for a taxi, but then I tried to explain we'd have a wheelchair to pop in the boot, and then she sent me the taxi to. Is it
Oh, to roll in the back?
Torres? Yeah.
Even if you send that one, if you just say I can walk a couple of steps, then you can just jump in the car
I
and
tried, but it were.
it was
No, he just
existing, was it?
strapped me down in the back. And off he went.
So that was sort of like the beginning of a horror movie, really, wasn't it?
Could have been, yeah.
I
It
don't
could
know.
have been, but again, he just kept talking to me as if he could shout at me, then I'd understand what he was saying.
But we're like that as well, though, aren't we?
Absolutely.
A loaf of bread, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, a loaf of bread. One of my mates he's changed his telephone company, and the guy who sold it him says, "Oh, it'll all be in English. Don't worry, it'll all be in English." And so it was O2, right? So he goes on the website, it's all in English. He gets all the emails in English, everything's in English, until he wants to change his bank account because he wants to change it from an English to a Spanish bank account. No way would they speak English to him on the phone. He ended up coming and getting me, and I had a hard time understanding the girl on the phone. So I said, pretend I'm a 5-year-old, right? And you got to explain to me what to do. She says, have you got an email address? I said, yeah. She says, I'll email it you in English. So, but apparently it was dead easy in the end. You just have to go into this app and press the button, and but the app was in Spanish as well. Well, I connected it then to English, and it had done it. But as I will say, it's well worthwhile. We're learning a little bit of Spanish with Paul. I do recommend this, even though I'm not affiliated with it. And the best time to learn it, we were chatting before we went live, is just after you leave. Then you've got the impetus to say, next year I'm going to do better, because it's going to happen again, isn't it? You're going to be frustrated again. And then see what happens, what you can do in a year. So, He aprendiendo español desde hace 6 años. 6. Y debería mejor.
Deberías estar.
Está mejor. Debería estar mejor. I should be better. So, we're going to go over now. Thank you very much. We'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Just introducing people. So, we're going to go up like that.
So just for me, Karen.
See the sky. And now there's the derelict hotel. And now we're going to see somebody you already know. Ladles and jelly spoons. It's Maria Albanoth.
Hola.
Hola, Maria. See, I'm looking this way
is he
and you're
okay?
over there. So,
Oh, yeah,
so
I'm
I'm
there.
going to change you out. I'm going to put Christina on for a minute.
Yeah, because I can see
Solo
Christina.
Christina. And then I'm going to go like that. So when I look this way now, it'll look like I'm
Is
looking
that
at you.
close, okay? Yeah? Yeah.
It's close enough.
It's close
So as long as it's as close as this, you're okay. So yeah, it's perfect.
Very happy to be here.
When did you arrive?
We arrived Saturday night.
Don't
Yes,
look at him, he's not here.
Yeah, supposed not to be here. I'm
Doesn't
here
wanna
with
be.
my son, just to let you know.
Okay.
He doesn't want to be on camera.
We could have been sort of saying it's a Julio Iglesias or something like that, you know?
Yeah. He's a good looking
Or maybe the
chap,
younger one. What's the younger one called? Julio's probably about 90 years old now, isn't he?
He should be actually,
Yeah.
yeah, quite close, yeah. So yeah, it was a late flight because we arrived past 8 o'clock
In the evening.
in the evening, and then my son and I were struggling. Oh, we were very hungry, and the owner of the accommodation was waiting for us to give us the keys and all the instructions about the accommodation. And then it was 9 o'clock, and we were so starving. So we went down to the Nebula.
The Nebula,
because
okay.
you recommended it.
Uh-huh.
We had a lovely pizza, recommended, and then excursion day yesterday. And we tried one of Daniel's excursions.
Super.
Fantastic. We love it. We went to El Puertito.
Ah, very
3
nice.
hours boat trip.
But you didn't go to El Petito like over the thing. You went down to Puerto Colón on a boat round to...
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
embark in Puerto
Okay.
Colón. And then...
Did you swim with the turtles?
No, not really. My son jumped,
Hmm?
but you have to wait till the boat gets to El Puertito, and then you can jump in there.
Okay, because if you jump before and they go onto El Petito, you've got to swim a long way.
Yeah. Well, you can use the fin of the whales. We watch the whales.
Yeah, I used to live in Wales.
Whales.
Wales. I used to live in Wales.
That's one of the tricky words in English I cannot pronounce because I get confused with the country, Wales. But then you go WH.
You don't
and
pronounce the
to
H.
say the animal, whale.
Yeah.
But it sounds the
Wales.
same.
Wales, it is the same.
Yeah.
It does sound the same, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who got there first. In fact, the Welsh word for Wales is Cymru.
Cymru. Well.
Cymru.
And it's spelled completely different. With
Cymru.
R-U, yeah.
Cymru.
Yeah.
Cymru am byth, which means Wales forever.
There you go.
Rydw i'n dal Cymraeg, ond dydw i ddim yn siarad Cymraeg da iawn eto, dach chi weld. It's very
Here we
North
go.
Walian accent, that is.
There you go. Look, you are improving your Spanish and you're doing fantastic, same as Christina. But you're so multilingual, German, English, Welsh.
Once you've
What else
learnt
can you
one, I
ask
think
for?
the others are easier.
Do you think?
Yeah, because you're not embarrassed anymore about making mistakes.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem with learning Spanish,
Yeah.
is you don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah.
So
any
you want,
language, any
you say
language.
soy listo,
Yeah.
which
But
means I'm clever.
But you see, words like whale, and I thought, am I saying it right?
Balinas.
Yeah. It's like my husband taking the Mickey after me and says,
Uh-huh.
you cannot say constabulary. I can't say it actually.
Constabulary.
Constabulary.
And how often do you
Or
need this?
jury.
Can you say, hello, constable? I'm not under the affluence of alcohol.
Actually, I am. Now.
Well, you're not driving, right?
No.
No.
Walking there.
Walking.
Yeah.
Which way did you come?
We found out a shortcut from the Arcoiris through passing your block of apartments
Uh-huh.
there. So I think it's the access to one of your car parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
No. It's if you came past the playground.
the corner of the accommodation office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's public road.
Right. Ah, okay.
That goes down to the beach.
Okay. Yeah. Because that's what we used when we came back.
If you
from
come
the
up
beach,
from
yeah.
there and turn left, then you come up to this street here. So it's
Yeah, we're still exploring since yesterday morning because it's where's everything?
well in Kayosavaki we got like 6 hotels,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got about 12 decent restaurants. And
So
so
that's quite a lot,
It is
12,
quite a lot,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you've got this one, you've got the Nebula downstairs that are not open on Mondays, and at the back downstairs you've got a South American one,
Rincon Criollo.
yeah, an Rincon Criollo, which is Creole, is it?
Yeah.
And they actually do quite reasonable, quite cheap food, but
I
excellent.
checked on the menu.
It's
this
really,
morning,
really
yeah.
good. It's really good. And it's always too much. If Christina gets the chicken, she gets 3 chicken breasts in the
Really?
meals, and so we have to take 2 home because you'd only eat 1. And I eat all the chips. So you can actually go there for a meal for €8 and then take half of it home.
okay.
So it's like, it's really,
Yeah.
but they don't on Mondays either.
You know, I'm thinking about
No.
my son as well because, yeah.
So there's
he-
like 3 restaurants in this block alone. And then
Yeah.
you walk down here and you've got the Eclipse on the left, which is more, well, you got a coffee shop first with for breakfast. Sort of like continental breakfast type thing. Then you got the English breakfast one, which is the Eclipse. It's owned by the Irish. It's an Irish breakfast. Opposite that, you got El Talle, which is owned by a Canarian woman and a French guy, and they do a Canarian French tapas.
Oh, wow.
So they do like a tapas selection
Yeah.
for dirt cheap. I think the whole thing cost, with including a good bottle of wine, it was $60, wasn't it, for 2 of us?
Wow.
And then we had like 6 courses of tapas and desserts.
I'll ask for the glass
yeah,
of wine,
yeah,
no,
with
the whole
everything.
bottle, like
bottle
nobody home
between the
is.
2 of us, yeah. So then you got La Rueda, which is the best pizza place, in fact, because they've got the real pizza oven, a stone pizza oven, which is below the one above, which is Bombay Babu.
Yeah, okay.
Round
yeah,
the corner you got the ice cream dealer Laura, and then on the opposite side of the road at the corner you've got the Italian corner for Italian food, and Casa Maria for Spanish
Yeah.
food on the other corner. Coming back, you've got up the steps, you've got the Masala Indian restaurant, so it's a second,
steak place.
and that's further down. So you got the Masala, and then you've got the Monte Cristo, which is a great place to go for a €1.50 pint. And they've got, if you're English, they've got like Quiz and Sticky 13 and I don't know, Blackjack or whatever they play there. They got all that stuff, and then in the corner you got the 3 horseshoes, karaoke and singing in the evening.
Okay.
And then on the front now you've got the Casa Maria, you've got the brand new steak place, Steak 21, which is top class. I don't know what they're doing here, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
They are worlds above every other restaurant.
Okay.
But the tomahawk steak is €80. You know, so it's you pay for it. But there's still some reasonably priced stuff there. But the steaks are really good. They sell a lot of wine. It's not you won't get $1 a pint there, to tell you the truth.
It doesn't
Then there's a
sound
Belgian
like-
place next door, and next door to that is a international, but it's Chinese, I think. But they don't serve Chinese food. They serve international food, but it's run by the Chinese.
Quite a lot of businesses in such
Romantic
a small
is the
place
same.
there.
Then Little Germany. I got to mention Little Germany.
Little it's
Germany.
very little.
It is very little, so you got a book. And actually, that's the Irish bar and La Pina for Sunday lunches. They do great Sunday lunches, and they don't do a lot of evening meals. So it's either breakfast or Sunday lunch, La Pina. Next door to that is a bar that's for sale or being renovated, and then down the bottom there's a couple of other restaurants as well.
Have you tried El Ancla restaurant? Because I love fish and seafood.
The El Ancla, I've never eaten there. We don't really eat a lot out.
Right.
But I know somebody who works there and she recommends it. Well, obviously she works there, so.
Yeah. And the access for you is a bit tricky because it's all the way down and then you go.
But
to-
the thing is, the best seafood restaurant I recommend, if you're mobile like yourself, is El Delfín.
Okay. Yeah.
You go to the corner, right into the corner by the rocks and down like 4 or 5 flights of stairs, and you end up in the cliff, looking out to sea with the waves lapping.
Really?
And they do a very, very top class food as well, and seafood speciality.
Yeah.
So, but they do steaks as well. So, but
Yeah,
so we got plenty. We got
Yeah.
plenty of stuff to do. In fact, I missed one out up the back here. There's the Wim Pen and the pool bar, and they have been taken over by the guys who used to have the Prince, which are also they are what they call it, cordon bleu chefs, you know. So you get a lot of good food up there at the Wim Pen pool bar. But I've never been there. I've been to them when they were the Prince on the front, but they used to be where La Pina is now.
Right.
Okay, so that's the advert for Caio Savaki.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
Maria Albanos.
That's why I'm here, because you're advertising it so well.
I'm going to come back to Christina now because I've got to beg for my next beer. Thank you very much. I'm going to spin this round to you guys, but I'm going to turn you off for a second. Just like that, and go to me, solo. Oh, solo mio, give it to me. And we're going to go Christina. Am I pointing to her? No, done it all wrong again. And then I'm going to look and find out what people are saying, because I haven't done that to date. Okay, here you go, Chris.
Hello.
So you entertain the people while I look to see what they're saying.
He's
Connecting to YouTube.
connecting to YouTube.
There's nobody on.
No,
Nobody watching, no?
nobody.
Loads. Oh, Tree's just leaving. Have a great evening, Tim Casino. Look, cooking here for a special branch. The special branch, that's the wife. Heather McCall. I'm going to go backwards, okay? I'm going to go backwards. Una, Ian is on. Quick hello, everybody. Had a good weekend. Pouring rain here. No, I've got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
you can home into that one.
Okay.
So we got Ian, Tricia, Mark, Catherine, Moira, Craig, N Smiler from New Zealand, Ian the Doorman of Wayman, Moira, Linda, Tree Surgeon, Heather, Alan, Catherine, N Smiler again, Catherine again, Mark, Heather, Ian. There's probably only 6 people on then. Dennis, lovely Maria has been to visit Milos and El Nino.
Oh yeah, Denise. Yes.
Yeah?
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, cool.
To go to Puerto.
Okay. Pete and Shell, Moira had a fantastic time. Lovely weather, Greek food and an earthquake. They were in Kos. Okay. Wheels and wheels. There you go. Wheels and wheels. Isn't Nebula a device for asthmatics? Who's that? Who's that? Catherine Falstaff. There you go. It's not you, is it? David Butler. Hi, Maria. I'm amazed you didn't have your phone out answering all the questions.
No, because I prefer to concentrate in here.
Ah, concentrating, okay. I'm going to go here because it doesn't tell me.
David and Maria are watching Shelley today singing.
Yeah. If you're on the island and you can't make it here, Shelley's playing in the bar down in San Eugenio. And a load of people wanted to come here and there, but it wasn't really time to do both. And I said, don't worry, we're here all the time, but Shelley's only singing at the bar for a special deal today. Darren John is actually down there with
The real one.
with Sam, the real one, yeah. Now what we've done now is, now I can't tell you, can I? Because if I tell you, then it'll spoil it, won't it? I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
I'll tell you afterwards. We've done something really special that we know who it is. That we know who's who. But I mean, it doesn't really bug me that much. It doesn't really bug me that much. So, where am I? Was it? Adonde yo? No. Where am I? Adonde estoy? Donde estoy? Where am I? Adonde estoy? I got the person. No, why don't I use the personal a?
Is where I'm going to.
Where?
Where to.
Okay, where to? Well, what's the personal a? No.
Yeah, but that makes a difference. Just one letter.
Well, that's the-
Yeah. But you use it.
Okay, culo dudos, as they say. No, you can't actually say that. See, I used to think that the English word of cool dude, the Spanish translation was culo dudo, you see. But you can't say culo because that means your bum, right? And you can't say dudo because that means I doubt. Yeah? So I doubt my bum, I'm saying. Culo dudo. He's old enough, right? You're old enough to laugh at jokes like that, right? Culo dudo. So, how do you say? Estoy muy seco. Bob Barrows, I'm really me. Exactly, Bob. And if you can't be anybody else, that's the problem, isn't it? You can't be anybody else. So, Chris, you're still being seen. So I hope you haven't been yawning or anything.
Okay, I'm not yawning. Try not to.
Okay.
It always happens to me.
So they
even if
realised
I'm
that I
not
wasn't.
bored.
I realised that we weren't looking at your comments, so they've ended up just talking to themselves, which I think is great because the community is fantastic. The community is fantastic. We've been on now 24 minutes. I always try to keep this short, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to interview Dave and Karen again. Oh, Dave's the chatterbox, isn't he?
There's the chatterbox.
Dave's the chatterbox.
Keep it.
So I'm going to do this. There we go. So let's. Oh, they got a nice sun behind you, a nice sunset behind you.
Oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful sunset.
How romantic.
So, is it just me that needs another drink? Well, there you go. Do you want to move that? Are you okay? So, thanks for coming. Thanks for having the trouble to come. And now I've explained the whole of Cayo Salvaje now, do you want to move here?
What do you fancy?
Not today.
Not really. You've been coming to Los Cristianos for many years, right?
We've been coming to Tenerife for about 20 years.
20 years?
Probably,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So have you been all over the place, or?
No,
You stay in the south?
Cristianos.
Or Americas.
We've
when
stayed in
first-
Americas, but Cristianos now, and we know people who come. We've got friends there.
All right.
I think Bruce and Joe.
Joe,
are
yeah,
working,
yeah.
are
Hi, Bruce
watching.
and Joe, if you're watching.
Yeah, they're our next door neighbours this year. So
Cool, cool.
and
You swap around? Is it sort of like a complex? I mean, you don't have to tell us where you're staying, but
No, we used to stay in the same apartment,
Uh-huh.
and then we decided to have a little change, and we stay in just a few doors up. But we stay on the same sort of sunny side of the apartment, where it's easy for David to get in and out. You know, because
Right.
complex.
right.
Because not all the I use a mobility scooter when I'm here, which we hire from a company which are excellent. They're really good.
Do you want to give them a shout out in case somebody?
Orange badge.
Orange badge,
They just
okay.
cannot do too much for you.
Uh-huh.
I highly recommend them. And so we know the people who manage the complex because of going for so long, and they're very good with us. And because not all the apartments have level access,
Right.
Some of them have steps. So I have a mobility scooter, which, as I say, I've hired. So that has to go on. Although there's a place in the complex where you can plug them in and charge them, some of the apartments on the ground floor have level access, so you can drive in and charge it on your patio.
That's better, isn't it?
So which is great.
And they're safe, are they, when you leave them plugged in overnight?
Well, they always have been so far.
Okay. So
But
if you're looking for a mobility scooter, there's one going free.
There's a few actually.
There's
on
a few going free. You have your
complex
pick.
at the
Take your
moment,
pick.
yeah. If you can get past the guard.
Oh right. See.
He's a pretty boy, actually. He's really quite nice.
Is it quite nice? Is he? He'll charm you to death, will he?
Only young.
One of our sons, when he was much younger, came over with a friend, and they went out on their own. They were old enough to go out
A
on
few
their own.
years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago. This is now, and every night, their challenge was to get into their apartment because they had their own apartment. So to get in the apartment without the guard spotting them. Never once did they
Never
make
once got it.
No, never once.
Well, that's
did
a
they
guy.
make it.
That's.
But the guard took it in really good. I think he was really keeping an eye out for me. He really was
Cool.
attempting to.
Okay, I'm just looking to see what they're saying, but they're still chatting amongst themselves. That's quite all right, guys. I hope you enjoy the beautiful sunset behind you there. As it goes down a bit more, we're going to see a bit of La Gomera, I think. Although you haven't seen it for a few days because we've got Calima. So you haven't seen it for a few days. And I always think what happens when the first people were here, and if there was a Calima when they got here, and then all of a sudden it arises, where did that come from? Because it's a massive island. It's not even 80 kilometres, it's like 45 kilometres away, and you can't see it. It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. It is. It is. So Los Cristianos, you're mobility impaired a little bit, and
Polio as a baby.
Polio's a baby. Oh my gosh, that's one of the old ones, isn't it? We don't have that anymore, thanks to vaccination. Just putting my tuppence worth in there.
Yeah.
There we go. And we got another Coke here. You'll be up all night. Get the cola rush. So, have you found Los Cristianos to be a great place for people in wheelchairs, or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's really good. Really,
It's quite flat, isn't it? Yeah.
Drop curbs everywhere.
Yeah.
There are virtually no. there are some places we can't get to, but very, very few.
We have a challenge where we walk from Cristianos up to Portocolon,
Okay.
but we want to get from one side of Portocolon to the other side, and we've never actually managed it yet because we get lost.
Very easy.
Yeah, it's just trying to find somewhere that's mobility friendly.
No, but it's very easy to on a wheel in a wheelchair. It's
Right.
very easy in a wheelchair. As you're coming along, you go past that those swimming pools just before Puerto Colón. Those swimming pools, those Las Rojas, you know it,
Yeah.
down the bottom. Then you come up past the beggar, and then you're back down again,
Yeah.
and then you get to these restaurants on the right, where the car park is, right? Above Puerto Colón.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I think
Yeah,
it is,
and if you go along that path and with the car park on your left, when you get to the end of it, turn left over the zebra crossing and go down the ramp, and that'll take you all the way down to the port. You'll go along Las Vistas Beach and back up Caluna Book Club. So when you get to Puerto Colón and you see the pool hall, you know where it says pool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there, just turn back on yourself down the ramp, and that'll take you all the way around.
We sort of end up going up like a hill, and then I don't know.
Well,
what we
you
do.
can also turn right there and go up a hill, and then about a quarter of the way up, there's a footpath, and that footpath will bring you to Harley's. You know, with
Yeah, no,
right,
Harley's.
that
Yeah.
footpath brings you to Harley's,
Yeah, we know where that
and then
is.
from Harley's you can go left and then come back down to Playa La Pinta that way.
Oh, right.
But as I
Okay.
say, the easiest one is you basically get to the corner bar. You got the pool bar on your left, the port is on your left. Just go back on yourself down the ramp. It's like a road with a little rampy. I mean, it's about the size of a mobility scooter, really. If somebody's coming the other way, they've got to get out of the way, or you just got to speed up. You know, boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that'll bring you into Playa La Pinta.
Yeah, because
But there's not a lot there, to tell you the truth.
that's not the point. it's just
No,
something we want to do.
It's getting Karen her steps for the day, and she tries to increase her steps every day. And
Right.
then we work out an average at the end of the week.
I find that if you do this with the Fitbit, you got Apple Watch, have you?
No, just
Fitbit is.
Fitbit, just with a Fitbit, all right.
I also
In an elevator, that's the best bit because it says you're going up steps. Then.
the other thing sometimes the scooters we've got to keep an eye on the batteries.
Uh-huh.
Because sometimes the batteries don't always do what we want them to do, depending on what we've been doing that day.
All right. The battery on the mobility scooter or on the Fitbit?
On me.
Or your batteries?
No, on the mobility scooter.
All right.
But it's good. There's lots of charging points at where we stay at the apartment. So even if we're in an apartment, that has steps up to it, or a
Right.
step up, we can still. There's a charging place in the complex where they've had it all new electrics put in, and specifically for the scooters to charge
That's
overnight.
excellent.
So
That's
we just
excellent.
plug it in overnight, and we get a reasonable size scooter, so we know the distance it's going to be able to go all day.
You get a
without
double
we-
one?
Yeah.
Do you ever get stopped?
No, a double one. No,
Yeah.
sorry.
You do the walk.
Yeah, she has to get the steps on a Fitbit. You see.
All right. Are you behind her?
Yeah, I'm
No, I just follow along wherever she tells me to go.
Okay, guys. Tim, you're so funny with a Fitbit. Yeah, I don't have a Fitbit. You can tell, can't you? I've got a fat bit. I got a fat bit here and a fat bit here. I got a ball bit as well. That's not there. Anyway, ladies and jelly spoons, 34 minutes in. We've interviewed our guests tonight. The others couldn't make it, but that's fine. We're here every week. As I say, we're here all week. Christina's Christina's like this about going out sometimes, aren't you? So there could be a day. Oh yeah, thanks. There could be a day. Let me do this. I'll put her in B, there you go. And I'll put me in A. So there could be a time, I'm pointing at you now, yes I am. There could be a time when Christina can't come to the Monday meetup, but I will still be here. So
But
let me know.
Most of the time.
Most of the time she'll try, but there are some times when she's just knackered, aren't you, kid? To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
and I've got to prop her up with a load of cushions today
yeah.
because she can't even sit up properly, you know. And people watch her. Well, I mean, you talk.
Because I've got a curved spine as well. I don't know, maybe it's the reason for the MS, nobody knows.
Yeah.
And this spine just takes me to the left side.
It's a good job you're a left radical and not a right radical, isn't it? Yeah, there you go.
I'm quite happy about that.
So, but you're going to try and come here, right? But you're not going anywhere else, right?
Not big, fancy, posh restaurants.
But maybe a ice cream in the afternoon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime.
Okay. So we are available on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think we freed up, haven't we?
Yeah.
And for afternoon ice cream, but not all the time, because I want to go out filming on Tuesdays and Thursdays to do a film blog. And so Christina likes her rests. Or maybe on a Sunday afternoon sometimes, yeah, depending on whether I'm cooking or not. For the last 2 Sundays we've had guests, so I've been cooking, so I don't know that either.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good. I got leg of lamb.
That was really good.
Leg of lamb, wasn't he in Lord of the Rings? That was Legolas. There you go. The Lord of the Rings. We've got some people there. Okay, we're going to finish it now, and we're going to say hello, goodbye to everybody. So I'm going to go around the everybody here. I'm going to do a wide angle on this camera to get you all in. If you want to, don't be on it. Just for the goodbyes, okay? Yeah. Okay. And here we go. So I'm going to get this one solo. Oh, solo mio. Hola. We're going to go wide angle on this one. And we're going to stick it up on here, I think. See if I can get it all in. Yeah, that's us all in. I'll come round here. So, I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for coming today, and each and every one of you guys for joining us live on YouTube. And if Google thinks you might like this one next, and if you want to support the channel, you can go anonymously to the website here, and if you're not subscribed, you can subscribe for free right here. This is Tim, Christina, David, Karen, Maria, and Kieran, of course, Kieran, saying goodbye. Bye. Bye. You're going to see me bum now while I turn it off.